Hello, welcome back. This is a little painting showcase video on my Terminator Chaplain. I am exceptionally proud of the paint job that I've done on this model. I would have to say it's probably one of the best painted Space Marines I've ever done. Recently, I've been trying to improve how I'm painting. I've been really focusing on getting my edge highlights crisper and getting the gradient of colour from black to white, essentially. As smooth as I can get. So sometimes it's doing sort of thinner edge highlight sort of passes and doing a couple of them to sort of get a gradient. But also on this Chaplain, I tried doing a sort of mix in between colours. Not a sort of mix, I literally did mix in between the colours. And this helped achieve that gradient and make it a bit smoother as well. And I think it's really paid off, and you can see that gradient on the edge highlights all over the model for all the different colours. I tried it and I think it's paid off, so I'm dead chuffed about that. Now this Chaplain, he's a little old metal Chaplain and I love him. He's probably one of the best Space Marine models they ever did, definitely one of the best metal models they ever made, and I would like to think I've done him justice with my paint job. Now this Chaplain is an Ultramarines Chaplain, and I didn't actually include any Ultramarine symbols on the entire model. Now, the way I sort of think about it is that if he's a Chaplain, all the troops are going to know him. All the sort of Ultramarines troops are going to know him. And probably, like, small, he's got inscriptions and all sorts of other stuff that do relate him to the chapter. But there's no clear areas on the model to actually put the Ultramarine symbol. And you could have done it on his right shoulder pad above the angel, but I think it would have been a bit too busy, so that's why I left him without any Ultramarine symbols. Now the base, that's using Ammo by MIG oil brushes. I used a mix of the Rust, the Starship Filth, and I think it's called Dirty Earth or something along those lines, or Earthy Dirt. So I sort of splodged them on and blended them in with enamel thinner. So oil brushes are like basically oil paint in a mascara tube. They're really handy, but I love the effect it gives, and you can see the dust that's sort of gone up along his legs, and that's due to using oils and enamels sort of mixed together, and I love the effect it gives. I still need to refine my usage of it, but I've been using it recently on bases and it looks so good. I love it a lot, but you do have to use matte varnish through an airbrush to sort of seal it in, but I do like the effect. Another little area that I'd love to talk about is the purple on his Crozius sort of, I think it's like a leather wrap, but I'm so chuffed with how the purple's turned out. It's probably the best purple I've ever painted, and it's made me want to paint more purple. And I also love the fact that it's made it look like purple velvet. I don't know what I did, how I did it, but it's paid off and it looks cool. With the gold as well, I tried another little technique. So I'd been listening to the Paint Perspective podcast by Siege Studios, and so for years now, basically, I've used Reichland Flesh Shade to shade gold, and they were mentioning using doing that, a Reichland all over wash, but then using Reichland and Carroburg Crimson 50-50 as a line shade, and then using Carroburg Crimson as a deep line shade. So I tried it out on this chap and it looks fabulous. I'm so happy with it. So I'm going to be doing that on every bit of gold I do from now on. It's such a marvellous technique. I couldn't recommend it highly enough. And there's one last little area that I'd love to talk about, and that is the white and the Crux Terminatus. I've never been able to paint Crux Terminatuses like nicely. I always struggle with them. But this one, I think I've painted it okay. But the bit I love is his angel on his right shoulder pad. Like, look how cool it looks. That doesn't look like something I've painted. It looks amazing. I'm so happy with it. And one last little bit, which it took so long, was the parchment and the bone. I must have done about 70 layers of Ushabti bone. It's paid off, but Gordon Bennett, it took a while. Now you may be saying, Stibio, why don't you just use white and then like do another colour over the top? I've tried every other technique. It goes chalky and weird for me. I'm clearly doing something wrong. I don't know what. But I found Ushabti bone, just do hundreds and thousands of layers, and then shade it with Reichland, and then glaze it back up super slowly, super carefully, super thinly. It does give a good result, but it takes ages to do. And I'll say thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for watching along. If you've got any questions, please ask them in the comments. I would absolutely love if you subscribed. I'll be doing more sort of videos like this. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one, and thank you for watching again. Bye-bye. I'll just say a big thank you to my patrons, JSB and Snorsis. Thank you so much.